What a wild turn of events for the New York Jets. Jordan Travis is calling it quits before ever taking the field. Let's break it down.
We had some breaking news. I don't know if it was some really big breaking news, but it's kind of important considering, we just had a draft and all that. But basically, Jordan Travis decided to call it quits without even making an appearance in the NFL. He decided to retire. I'm not as caught up on it. I was more caught up on stuff like the 100 people versus a gorilla thing that was
the
coming
important
on.
shit.
And I'm still doing my big investigation on the Ice Spice sauce saga.
My big investigation.
Yeah. I still don't know what Ice Spice is. I'm sorry. But anyway, Jordan Travis is gone. It sucks because I was starting to rewatch some of his tape at FSU, and my God, there was some moments where you figured this could be a guy, but it never happened. What do you guys have to say about this?
Well, he penned a letter to the Jets. You want to read it?
Do you have the letter open, or do you want me
to
go find the letter?
I have it. I have the letter open. Yes.
Okay.
It says, as I reflect on my journey, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude from having the opportunity to live out my dream at Florida State University to hearing my name called in the NFL draft. I'm incredibly thankful for everyone who has poured into me throughout my life and career. To my family and friends, your unwavering support has meant everything to me. To the coaches who believed in me and gave me a chance to play the game I love, thank you. To my teammates, thank you for pushing me, supporting me, and becoming my family. I'm forever grateful for the locker room memories and brotherhood we built. To the entire New York Jets organization, thank you for believing in me and providing me with the opportunity to live out my ultimate dream. On November 18th, 2023, my life and career took an unexpected turn. I gave everything I had to the rehab process, but despite my efforts, my leg never responded the way we hoped. After much prayer and consultation with my doctors and medical team, I have been medically advised to retire from the game I love so deeply. It is crazy how fast life can change. This is not the ending I had ever imagined, but I do trust in the Lord's plan above everything else. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Proverbs 19:21. Thank you to everyone who's been part of the ride. With love and sincere gratitude, number 13. So that's what he said.
He was going to wear number 13 for us?
That's what he wrote as. I don't think he was going to wear number 13 for us.
Huh. That's kind of sad.
It's very sad. I mean,
yeah.
Because he was super promising, like that dude at FSU. He was he was an absolute monster. The dude was.
He was a borderline first round pick.
Yeah,
borderline first round pick, right? Yeah,
might have very well been in the first round, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, if he had not suffered that injury, right, he would have probably taken Florida State to the playoff.
Yep.
Yeah, they would have voted them in. They would have voted them in.
Yeah, they would have voted them in, and
they're undefeated. Yeah.
Yeah, they would have. He would have had at least one playoff game, maybe two. He would have worked himself into the first round because he had a very good arm, hyper athletic. Was a leader on the team, cerebral player as well. And to get him in the fifth round, it would have been just an absolute steal. But, again, just think about just the life-altering, injury that he suffered. And, you hope that he gets, everything that he wants out of life. It's just such a sad thing that someone who could have been potentially an NFL star has his career ended in a nondescript November game against, a Division I AA or an FCS school. They weren't even playing, in a big time game. So it's a sad thing for him as a human and an individual, and it's a tough thing for the Jets. But hopefully he'll be fine, and you just kind of move on and find another developmental quarterback. And again, I hope nothing but the best for him.
That makes me really even sadder. Now I'm just thinking about that season. Because they would have probably would have played Michigan in round one of the playoff that year, right? Because they let Alabama in, right? Mm-hmm. And didn't Alabama get smoked, right?
But I think the other piece of it is that if Florida State was an undefeated ACC championship, they might not have been the 4 seed, right? Alabama had a loss. So they ended up they weren't undefeated. So they ended up
Yeah,
being
but
the
TCU was the 3, right? And
Right.
Georgia was the 2, right? That season.
Georgia was the 2.
Was it? Was Georgia the 2?
No, Georgia was the 1 seed.
I thought no, Michigan was the 1.
No, because it was who did I don't remember.
College football playoff, yeah. I'm pretty sure on that one. I'm pretty sure like TCU just kind of stunned everybody on that one. Like that's what I think, but I could be very. I'm sorry. Okay, it was Michigan. Wow, I got TCU totally mixed up. Michigan, Washington, Texas, Alabama. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
Right.
Yeah. Michigan beat Alabama in OT. Washington beat Texas. And then Michigan smoked Washington and Michael Penix. That's right. Because the year before, I mixed up TCU. TCU was the year before where Georgia, it was Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State.
Yeah, and TCU
got mauled.
Smoked 65-7. Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That final really should have been Texas and Michigan. My God, that would have been just so much better for ratings and all that, and also just a better game. But yeah, so no, but realistically, because right, if you really think about it, right, yeah, I don't think Florida State that year would have jumped over Texas, right? I just don't think that would have been the case, right? I just don't.
Probably not.
Because yeah, I mean, although Texas had a loss, right? Washington was 13-0, so okay, maybe they do jump Texas, but like. But even before, the week before, the rankings were Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Washington 3, Florida State 4. That's how it was. So, like, realistically, Florida maybe gets to the 3, right? And even with a win, they moved back, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah. Presuming they, undefeated. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It sucks, too, because, like, I honestly, like Jordan Travis would have worked really nicely sitting behind in uniform, right, for Fields and Tyrod, right? I think that's the thing that's the biggest loss in that one is because that he
was in the right room.
He was in the right room. Yeah, he was in the right room. I mean, technically, he was in the right room the year before because even with Rodgers not being as good as
still got to learn. You still got to learn little tricks from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, hey,
you would
look out for that.
A lot from all that. Right?
Guys cheating up like this, you can do that, or look for this. Like you learn to pick up all these little tips from those old vets like that.
Yeah. What do you think he does with the rest of his life? Like typically, guys like that, I guess they go on to be like coaches somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
I would imagine he becomes a coach.
Yeah. Is there anything funny we could talk about with this, or no? This is just kind of sad.
No, this is just it's just sad. It's just
human.
It's just,
like this is a human interest.
But it does tie into the other story we'll be doing eventually about the Jets curse because this is classic Jets curse material right here.
It's not Jesus Christ.
I would say no because it's a 5th-round pick.
Yeah, it's a 5th-round pick.
Still.
Somebody who you knew was injured.
Monty
thinks the Jets should get 3 first-round picks.
No, that's not what I said. No, that's not what I said. But anyway, I said that it's shitty that we burned a pick on a guy who never played it down. That's what I said, and it is shitty. It's true.
We burned an early 3rd rounder on Ja'Kai Polite. He was totally fine.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, this guy
didn't even play an NFL snap, dude.
Listen, if you crap out from picking the wrong player, that's one thing. But this guy never even had a chance to set on the field, which is crazy in today's world where guys can rupture their Achilles and have all kinds of crazy injuries and come back from them. This injury must have been. Obviously it was disgusting and gruesome, but I mean, Alex Smith came back for, it's just tough. It's tough to see someone deal with an injury and then not be able to redeem themselves from it in a league at a time in history where, modern medicine is making miracles every single day. It's like it sucks that he couldn't get.
The injury was a fractured and a dislocated ankle.
Yeah.
Like that is really hard to come back from, because it's not just like strengthening the tendon and time. like a dislocation to an ankle, that's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy, though, that, like, now you're thinking about it, right? Alex Smith came back from that, right? And Joe Theismann. And it was crazy that those two got injured on the same day, just whatever years apart. And someone said whoever's in line to start for Washington, like, what is it, like 25 years after the Alex Smith injury, should just take the day off. If they play on the 18th. Well, like, that is kind of crazy, but that's also like a failure on the Jets medical team, if you really think about it, right? Because, like, there was word out there that they kind of rushed it too fast, right, to try and get him back out there.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't. No one thought about that, right? Yeah, but like in reality, like they did kind of rush. Like theoretically, if they let him sit out the whole year, right, don't even try, maybe he has a shot of, like, you know, coming off the injured reserve this coming season, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was. I don't think they should have done that to him, but I mean, nevertheless, I don't think he was going to recover either. You know, but I don't think, you know, trying to push him back helped at all.
Yeah. Sometimes at Laugh Through the Turbulence, we don't laugh.
Well, it's the Jets, so there's a lot of crying involved.
Yeah, there is a lot of crying. Sometimes we just cry about it. I think we're about to make like a tissue brand for Laugh Through the Turbulence, kind of out there on our website that sells merchandise. I won't keep you guys in touch and up to date with when those are there. So you're just gonna have to go visit the site, save your credit card information on there, and then plug in your CSV, whatever thing, you know, when it asks you to make payment. Just buy our swag, you know, like just buy the swag, you know, just buy the swag, and injuries like this, you know, where we waste draft picks won't happen again. Like, comment, subscribe.
Buy our swag!
Are you in need of ethically sourced, 100% non-toxic, laughter-inducing apparel?
Buy our swag!
Do you long for merchandise that respects your right to chuckle in a safe, turbulence-free environment?
Buy our swag!
Look no further. The Laugh Through the Turbulence store is here to provide you with the most socially conscious, eco-friendly-ish, and cancellation-resistant merch available.
Buy our swag!
Our products have been metaphorically crash-tested for comedic integrity, ensuring they meet the highest standards of non-offensive, inclusive, and totally New York Jets-approved humor.
Buy our swag!
Whether you're looking for a t-shirt that says Laugh Through the Turbulence, a New York Jets podcast, or a hat that says Laugh Through the Turbulence, a New York Jets podcast, we've got you covered.
Buy our swag!
So, take a smooth, seatbelt-fastened journey over to our store. The link is in the bio of our YouTube page, and shop with confidence. Because the only turbulence you should experience is watching the New York Jets.
Buy our swag!
Disclaimer, no actual turbulence was used in the making of this match. Side FS may include uncontrollable giggling, heightened fashion sense, and an overwhelming desire to talk about the New York Jets. Ha ha ha.
Buy our swag!